What's going on, YouTube? Evan here with Cloud9 Aquariums, back again to give you another awesome tip. Alright, now I kind of alluded to this one last time in my video, so here it goes. Here is my fantastic new discovery, shall I say, of a very easy method to contain your algae. Now, as we know, obviously, our first #1 ultimate choice for containing algae is a balanced tank. Now, that's definitely going to keep your algae to a minimum, but it's not going to completely rid it. Your second phase is going to be your algae eating fish. Okay, now you got your plecos, you've got your autocinclus, you've got your SAEs, you got all sorts of stuff. Okay, but they're not quite going to get everything. Okay, you're always going to have to do some type of algae cleanup. Now, sometimes that means just going around with a little scrubby pad, ridding yourself of whatever you have. But if you have some things that neither your fish nor your balanced tank nor your scrubby pad is really doing a great job of keeping clean, or say for instance you have hair algae, which can be kind of a nuisance to get rid of, this is for you. Now, let's go and move phases to the 40 long. Now, as you know, I've got lots of baby rainbows in here, boom, and some SAEs. Now, they're not really doing a great job, and so I'm going to be using my great new trick. Now, as you can see, I'm doing a water change on it right now, so this is the time to do it. So, the trick of the year. You ready for this one? Ba-da-da-da! Hydrogen peroxide. Now, I know everybody's like, what? I'm not trying to kill my fish right now. But no, seriously, this actually works. It's completely safe. Believe me, tried, trusted, it does work. Okay, so, you get your hydrogen peroxide. This is, I don't know what percent they use. This is just the normal blah, blah, blah percent. I don't know what it is. Maybe, I don't know. Probably says on the back, I'm sure. 3%. There you go, folks. I even looked it up. 3% hydrogen peroxide. That's what you're going to be using, okay? Now you're going to pour that into a spray bottle. Now, I like to get a small spray bottle because it's great for your smaller tanks. You can get that right in the water, do whatever you got to do. Now, the main trouble spots I'm going to be shooting in this area are this log right here that I've got my Christmas moss on, and this log up here which is already half emerged, which it has Java moss on it. Those are the two things where I'm getting a lot of algae growth. And nobody's really taking care of it. So what you do, you can do this while the tank's running, or you can do it in such a form like this. A lot of times you've seen me before. I'll hit it with a high dose of the Flourish Excel. That'll really help if you really spot treat it. But this also works the same method. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this in your spray bottle, and you're just going to spray it on the spot. So boom, I just hit that. I'm going to go underwater in here. I'm going to start spraying this stuff down. Now, as you see, it's just, I'm just spraying it on. Fish are freaking out like I'm just cleaning tank. That's normal. They could care less what I'm doing. So, you want to get it real nice and good. Okay. Now, you let that sit for a second, and basically what's happening is just that quick little spurt of the hydrogen peroxide is going to really destroy that algae, and you'll notice over a couple different doses that finally it's going to be completely gone. And it's fantastic, works like a charm. People have used this in their tanks and they don't even have any type of algae eaters, and this really does work. I just recently found out about it. I started using it and I've already seen some great results from it. So that's one little trick. And if you're worried about safety, if you know anything about chemistry, hydrogen peroxide, as soon as it touches water, is going to dissociate into just your it's going to dissociate right into your water, so you're not going to have any problems in terms of being harmful to your fish. So that's awesome. So it's something that's very very eco-friendly, I guess you could say, for your fish. And that entire bottle of hydrogen peroxide was 89 cents. So if you're worried about breaking the bank, believe me, folks, it's not going to do that. If you can't afford 89 cents for your hydrogen peroxide, you can't really afford much of anything. So a lot of times what I'll do when I'm in here, so I'll go around and I'll spray the sides of my tank down, just to keep stuff, especially your filter outlet. Always you get a lot of crap on that, so boom, you'll just spray that down. That'll be gone. Your walls, wherever you don't want this algae coming back, it's gonna kill your root spores, anything like that. So I'm just gonna give it a nice little dose all the way around and call it a day. Alright, folks, so that's your little tip for the day. So I hope this brings you and your fish tanks a little bit closer to Cloud9.